Akira The Dawn.
Dia! How you feeling out there?
Akira.
Do you know who Akira The Dawn is?
Of course, he's amazing.
Brothers and sisters, we're back. We are here. Everything seems to be functioning. That camera there. That camera there. That camera there. That camera there. We are ready, we are locked. We kicked off with a beat. It's called Sheriff FATMAN Rhythm, which I never used for anything. It's called Sheriff FATMAN Rhythm because I sampled a song by Kanye, the Unstoppable Sex Machine, called Sheriff FATMAN. I always imagine this as being a good kind of walking out on stage at an arena song. Reminds me of that X-Men theme from the cartoon. Alright, baby. Who's ready for some anthems?
You've lived a life dominated
because we got a bunch.
Fear. How
maybe you heard.
Into bravery. You know, I actually took this question and I answered the question in one word. Step. Step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step. Step into bravery.
Well,
that's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step aggressively towards your fear. And that step towards your fear is the step into bravery. Because we're scared of what we don't know. And there's only one way to learn and to know. To confront that fear, you have to step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step. You have to go. And this simple action, this simple attitude, it answers so many questions. So many questions. How do you get to the gym every day? You step. You go. How do you change your diet? You step. You go. How do you overcome fear of failure, or fear of success, or fear of fear itself? You step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. You step. You go. anymore. Don't contemplate anymore. Don't make any more excuses or justifications. Rationalize anything else. No, no, and no. Instead, be aggressive. Take action now. And what is the first action that you need to take? What's the first step you need to take? The first step you need to take is just that.
What? Go!
Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step into bravery. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. You go. You step.
You go.
You step.
You go.
You step. You go.
What? Man, like Walking More Poet. Just gave away a membership like a G. That's how you step into the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. With generosity and righteousness in your heart. Also with a big club with which to beat the like button. Beat it! Beat it! Like Michael Jackson in the 80s.
Akira.
Yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is
Ava!
you love yourself.
What's up, baby?
Of what is other.
What up, Alec? What up, Sagittarius? What up, Kaloy?
Now, when you go
What up,
deep
Wifey? What up, Chad?
into yourself, what do you discover? You say, I love myself,
What up, Amanda?
my own advantage,
What up, Chill? Canuck?
what?
Welcome back. What's crack?
that I love.
Sheila D, what's up?
And that becomes an increasingly ever-deeper puzzle. Now, I've often referred to this. When you say to somebody else, I love you, it's always rather disconcerting to the person to whom you say that. If you imply that you love them with a pure, disinterested, and holy love, they automatically suspect it as being a little bit phony. But if you say, I love you so much I could eat you, that's an expression, as a way of saying to a person, you attract me so much that I can't help it. I'm absolutely bowled over by you. I'm gone. And people like that. Then they feel they're really being loved, that it's absolutely genuine. But now, I love you so much I could eat you. Now what the devil do I want? I certainly don't want to eat the girl in the sense of literally devouring her. Because then she... Are you sure? But I love myself. And what is me? In what way do I know me? Well, it suddenly occurs to me that I know me only in terms of you. See, when I think of anything that I know and that I like, then it's something that can be viewed as other than me. I can never get to look at me, real me. It's always behind. It's always hidden. And I really don't know it well enough to know whether I love it or not. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's an appalling mess. But certainly the things I do love and that I want from a selfish point of view, when I really think about them, they're all something else. That's in a way outside me.
Go!
You love yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is other. You love yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is other.
Now we saw that there is a reciprocity, a total mutual interdependence between what we call the self and what we call the other. That's the warp and the woof. And so if you are perfectly honest about loving yourself, and you don't pull any punches, you don't pretend that you are anything other than exactly what you are, you suddenly come to discover that the self you love, if you really go into it, is the universe. You suddenly come to discover that the self you love, if you really go into it, is the universe. You don't like all of it. You are selective about it, as we saw in the beginning. Perception is selection. But on the whole,
you in terms of what is other, in terms of what is other. You love yourself in terms of what is other, in terms of what is other.
Because it's only in terms of what is other that you have a self at all.
What's cracking? How y'all doing out there? Welcome to the show. It's that MEANINGWAVE Anthems. We playing anthems. We got a lot of anthems. How's everything out there? How's the connection? How's the broadcast? Is it smooth? How does it sound? Does it sound good? Does my voice sound rich and full? Does the music sound loud and glorious? Do let me know. Yesterday we had a very, very powerful stream, and then the internet didn't work very well, and it sort of collapsed. It was tragic. It was beautiful and tragic. Like my time at school. There was nothing beautiful about that. Hello, Laura Pitt. Having a bit of a rough few days here again. Stu was in urgent care on Saturday, so been ever so slightly worried about things. Don't worry! Don't know enough to worry. Don't worry. Just, think of the desired outcome. That's what you gotta do. You gotta focus on the GOOD. You know what to do. You know what to do. That's why you came here. Yoga Max sounds glorious. All is well, Captain. Oh, good. Mike Better says everything is top notch, meaning glory. Christopher Sajak says glorious. Nice. Ashley Moore, Electrolyte Wave. Yes. Yeah, we got the Electrolyte on deck. We got the water on deck. Just got back from the gym. No legs today, it was all upper stuff today. A lot of pull-ups, a lot of kipping pull-ups, a lot of clean and jerks. A new one on me, once again, I don't know how to do it. I've been going there years, they keep dropping new shit on me. Today's new shit on me was wall-facing handstand push-ups. I'm used to the away from the wall facing handstand push-ups. No, wall facing handstand push-ups. You do like a wall walk and then you stay there and then you do push-up. And we was doing 10 of those. Sets of 10s of those. And that was tricky. It was tricky. We did it. Hercules went in for another dead hang. As I told you, he did like 1 minute 40 yesterday. Just purely because I didn't tell him how long he'd been after. He did 35 today. He didn't have as much in the tank today, but he did 35. It was very cool. What else? Got 2 music videos in the can. I'm gonna drop one of them tomorrow. And a new mixtape for you. Got the music of that done today and got the visual rendering right now. That's going to apparently take 18 hours. It's a big, lovely, complicated visual. Apparently everything sounds great. Stubo says the music sounds splendiferous. Chad says just like the like button. Yeah, have you been liking the like button? Have you been grooving up on that like button? Have you been caressing its buttocks? Do your duty.
Akira.
Anthems!
Do you know who Akira The Dawn is?
I can't speak what they care about.
Yeah.
Negativity, angst, that internal feeling pulling at you. That is our natural state. That is our natural state. We're being summoned to
move.
We earn the positivity in our heart, in our soul, by the positive actions we undertake that preserve us. That's how we stay self-governing. If we just woke up feeling we wouldn't do perfect. We'd be the guy on the couch. You guys gotta realize some are so subdued by their overeating, by their vice, by their negativity that they just don't get. They're being called to something greater, being summoned from above. But why today? Go to something greater, being summoned from above. But why today? Why today was I so fucking negative, so angry and frustrated? Perfect. That means I've just been slacking on myself, on my personal development, and I need to go harder. Angst, that internal feeling pulling at you. That is our natural state. That is our natural state. We're being summoned to move. Negativity, angst, that internal feeling pulling at you. That is our natural state. That is our natural state. We're being summoned to move.
First thing, when a revolution happens, they take over the radio stations. You want to get right into the thoughts of the people. Think it's going into your brain. It's words. Have you ever heard Akira The Dawn? Just press play. Rome wasn't built in a day. No. We all know that.
Everyone hears that.
But Rome also didn't fall apart overnight. It took hundreds of years for Rome to reach its peak, but it also took time, hundreds of years, for Rome to decay and fall apart. And that is representative of life. You don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit, day in and day out. That's what it takes. That's right. I said, you've gotta pay attention. You have to watch every single second. Every single second, because every second counts. 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 Also, things don't usually fall apart quickly either. It's a slow process. Little slip here, little setback over there, a little wearing down of discipline, will, over time. So that's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes, either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. That's why I say you've gotta pay attention. That's why I said you've gotta pay attention. You have to watch every single second. Every single second, because every second counts. 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 Every second counts.
Every second counts. What?
Because those seconds, they turn into minutes. And minutes turn into hours. And hours turn into days. And days turn in. That second that just went by, that counted. And so did that second. And so did that one. And in those precious seconds, you were either building or you were decaying. You were either gaining ground or you were losing ground. In that second. That's why I said you've gotta pay attention.
Yo, flood the chat. All them Jocko heads. Jocko Skulls in the chat.
Every single second. Every second counts. 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 Every second.
we've discussed the web from 3 points of view. As an analogy of the selective operation of our senses and mind, whereby certain things in the world are picked out as significant according to certain game rules. The game that we are playing mostly is the survival game. That is to say, the game ought to go on. We play the survival game has a kind of element in it which makes it difficult, because we tend to say the first rule of this game is that it's serious, and that messes the whole thing up. So you have to watch out, in other words, when you play, for contradictory game rules, self-contradictory game rules. Because if you get mixed up into them, the game ceases to be worth the candle. You start straining at doing something, then it just isn't worth it. Then the second thing that we observed was the web as an analogy of mutual interdependence. We could call it the idea that all existence is relative, that all existence is transaction, the transaction being typically exemplified by, say, the operation of buying and selling, in which there can be no buying without somebody selling, and there can be no selling without somebody else buying. That kind of interdependence of the inside going together with the outside. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Then we explored the web as a trap. The spider's web. Won't you come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And we saw what we look at all of life from the point of view that it is original selfishness and original hunger. And we found that if you take that point of view to its ultimate extreme, it dissolves. And it isn't so bad after all. Shakespeare says, it is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. When it's put that way, it doesn't seem so bad after all. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. I remember that I had a Zen master friend who wrote a letter to a friend of mine which was passed on to me. This friend of mine was aspiring to be a writer, and he was trying to write novels that would put across Buddhism to people. Sugar the pill. And my Zen master friend didn't approve of this at all. He said, don't write any story to people. Write it to the great sky. Because all the real masters of literature, especially novelists and storytellers, are great masters of nonsense. Think of Lewis Carroll. You can use Lewis Carroll, and he did use Alice in Wonderland as a Zen textbook. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toes that gyre and gimble in the waves. That's Zen. I had a discussion with a great master in Japan. We were talking about the various people who are working to translate the Zen books into English. He said, that's a waste of time. If you really understand Zen, he said, You can use any book. You could use the Bible. You could use Alice in Wonderland. You could use the dictionary. Because, he said, the sound of the rain needs no translation. 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 Evening rain is the banana leaf that speaks of it first. You see, that's the point. And all the talk in the world doesn't get it unless you listen to the talk in a new way. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation.
Make some noise to Alan Watts.
Akira. The Dawn is for the heroes.
Because, I mean, I'm talking with the person who gave us the AMA, gave me Blue Church, Jordan Hall. And part of that is this idea, which is the religion that's not a religion, and trying to come up with a post-religious faith. Because here's the idea. This is probably, in some ways, my most radical idea. I want to do what, like, Augustine did as the Roman Empire was falling. He laid the foundation. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they installed the culture bottom up. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they installed the culture bottom up. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away, and do everything I can. The imperial system at some point clamped down again, but nevertheless we shifted out of antiquity. We shifted to a different world. So I want to try and do that. I want to try and create the systems of meaning, the religion that's not a religion, the ecologies of practices, the communities, the networks of communities. All of this is already happening. We really empower it, both in terms of its grammar, give it the best scientific tools for engineering the practices and the ecology of practices. I basically want to steal the culture. Steal it away. don't speak politically because I think that political framing is often a deep misrepresentation of the issue, at least the way in which political discourse has been sort of been ossified. It's been ossified in ways that make choice no longer really relevant. You know, Christianity stole the culture away from the elites of its time. Now, new elites form. They always will. But the culture changed, and it changed in an important way. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. I want to help see the culture. Steal away. I want to help see the culture. Steal away. Steal away. Yeah, steal everything I can. Give everything I can. I want to help steal the culture. Steal away. Steal away. Use this gospel for protection. It's a portal to heaven. We call your blessings in the Father. Put all the kingdom, our demons are trembling. On the angels defending in the Father. Put all things. Trying to understand what it is to not play their game and to shift over to a totally different game, to shift the culture, is to steal the culture. The only thing I can get from history that's been able to do that are religions. But for reasons that I've articulated, I don't want, it's not personally, I mean in terms of the functionality, I don't think the standard model, the axial age model of religion is going to do what we need in order to steal the culture as deeply as we need to steal it.
Use this gospel.
Yo, what's cracking, you beautiful thing? Yo, how you doing out there? We playing anthems right here. How you enjoying the show? How you enjoying the anthems? How are you enjoying the wide screen? I don't know why Venice Beach Job Club just mentioned this, but it's one of my favorite jokes. I tell it to my son all the time. When it's a door, not a door. When it's a jar. Yeah, that's right, cheer. Sheila says that Stoic Wave shirt is really getting after it. Yes, it is. Thanks for noticing. You can get this shirt exclusively at meaningwave.com. And the quickest way to find it would be to just go and hit the search thing and just type in Stoic Wave. And then it'll come up. You know, it comes in black and white and men's and ladies and in a muscle shirt version. A cut-off muscle shirt version, which, and yes, of course, I wear those to the gym. And that's from the Stoic Wave mixtape. Funnily enough, today I was working on Stoic Wave 2 mixtape, which is called Memento Mori. That's very cool, obviously. Meaningwave.com, guess why? Because happiness is a side effect of meaning. Obviously. Everybody knows that. Willink. what's up? Nightbot, what's up? Jason, what's up? Posted to steal Akira's drip link. Powerful, righteous. Smart. Nicholas Gurr wrote to us. He said, "Hey Don, I love your music. I love it enough to buy the collection. But I'm a total newbie to digital music files. I just want to push a button and listen. What do you recommend for storage and playback for an Android user? I work on Chromebook and Android phone. I have bought your music, but I'm struggling to find an idiot-friendly storage and playback system. I realize this is beyond what you're required past making the music available. And then lots of things about being frustrated because he doesn't know what to do because technology is not my thing." Jason, can you do me a favor? Can you make a note for me to email this person directly? Because there's going to be lots of different options for you. I mean, for example, one, you're on Android, right? I'm not. Calm down, everyone. But you could use Plex, right? Plex is really good. There's lots of different things you could use, and one thing you want to do is have a central place where you keep your music and your movies and your memories and your photos and all those things, right? And then you want to be able to access them from anywhere, right? That seems to be a smart idea. So one thing you could do is use Plex for that. That works on Android. It works on cross-platform. You can have movies in it. You can have music in it, and you can store it on. You can have it on a hard drive. You can have it on your laptop. You can have it on a home server. You could have it on a Shield, one of those NVIDIA things. There's lots of different. You can put a Plex on pretty much anything, and then once it's there, you can access it from anywhere. So you could have your music library in there, and you could also have all your movie films and your TV shows and stuff, and have them in their original form and not have to worry about whatever thing you're using editing them for current day concerns or putting creepy trigger warnings at the front of them, like what's happening with the James Bond movies now and things like that. So I definitely advise people having home media situations. But yeah, Jason, do me a favor, make a note for me to respond to that person directly. And but yeah, but there's lots of options, and it depends what platform you're on. I use Swinsian for my music library, for example. Swinsian's really good. It's kind of like iTunes used to be before they started bolting all this extra shit onto iTunes, and iTunes started getting slow. But yeah, there's loads of ways of doing it. People talking about Winamp in the chat. I just look at the chat and I see someone mention a llama, and I associate llamas with Winamp, obviously, which is how we used to listen to music on PCs in like 2000. Stubo says, "I got a job as a human cannibal. It was a very high caliber position. I had a short fuse and I got fired." Amazing. Oh yeah, people talking about Winamp. So you use Winamp, do you? Here's the guys. All right, I'll ask you guys. What do you guys use to play your digital music files? What do you use? Oh, and where are you while we're at it? Let me know that if you have digital music files. Let me know where you are. We need to do an international high five. Willink says, "Oops, I almost forgot to whack the like." How could you forget such an important thing? I cannot believe that a single person who comes to this show with any kind of regularity could ever forget to whack the like. Surely there's no one out there right now who's forgotten to whack the like. I could not possibly believe that. Willink says, "I use iTunes." Sheila says, "I use Windows Media Player." Oh, Jason, also, can you do me a favor? Could you make a note of the bit where we're talking about this in the stream so we can send that to Nicholas Gurr? VJDII, man, Winamp. What a throwback, man, Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass. Christopher Bartley, the old days of Napster and Winamp. What's up, Mason? Stubo says, wonder what llama sandwiches are like. Shecky Pavel, California. Sometimes we are distracted by the sheer beauty here. Walking More Poet, Virginia. Winamp for local files. You're still using Winamp. Excellent. And Spotify for everything else. Shecky's here in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Yoga Max here says Jocko headlocked the like button during the Jocko track. I Jocko headlocked the like button. That's a good thing to do. DJ DII. I mostly stream, but for audio files I use Windows Media Player. There you go. Tennis Speech Dub Club. Art cannot be preserved but in the mind. As Joni Mitchell said, even great pillars turn back to dust. Yes. Apart from Meaningwave, Meaningwave is immortal. Shecky says, Laura Pip says, I would love to see the Aurora Borealis at some point. Really can't see things like that from here in small town England. Someday though, maybe. What do you see? Do you see somebody eating a kebab? If you look out the window. Yoga Max says, such a helpful community. Yes. Willink says, I primarily use Spotify because I want Akira to get paid, but for audio files on their own, that's iTunes. Jason Avery in the Philippines says Windows Media Player. Classic. Chad Comstock says, Canada, it's a winter wonderland tonight. Does anyone use VLC? I use VLC on that. I got a Windows laptop over there that I use for putting stuff into the televisions. That's basically what I use it for. I use it, you can sort of see it in the middle there, and I purely pretty much use, and for streaming, I use that for broadcasting this stream, and for putting video into my televisions when I'm making videos. I use VLC in that. Yeah, that's the thing, man, you've got a lot of options. I obviously instantly go for the most complicated one. I'm like, yo, set up a home media server. But like, you want that. You want to be able to play your shit wherever you are, right? You want to be able to, here's the thing, if you've got your own home media server, like, you can send links to your mom. She can watch a TV show that you're watching. You can send her an album that you're listening to. You know? It's very sophisticated. Christopher Bartley is in the house. Yoga Max says, love hearing Akira say Shecky's here. Is it why? Is it just a nice thing to hear? It's a nice thing to hear. Anyway, let's do the international high five. But anyway, just to close that out, Nicholas Girl, there's lots of options. And you just want to choose the thing that is most in line with how it is you want to listen. If you want to be able to listen from lots of different devices, the same music files, then the home server route is the way to go. Similarly, you could just have the files on lots of different machines and use something like Windows Media Player or VLC or iTunes. You can use iTunes on a Windows thing, actually, should you wish to. Finite and the Infinite. The Finite and the Infinite. All right, you know what to do. Now, 3, 2, 1. Single alto.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. jerked his hand from the box, stared at it astonished. Not a mark. No sign of agony on the flesh. He held up the hand, turned it, flexed the fingers. She sniffed. A human can nerve in the body. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it is gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
The thing is that we have been educated to use our minds a certain way, a way that ignores or screens out the fact that every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks up. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks up. You see, it's as if you had a light covered with a black ball, and in this ball were pinholes. And each pinhole is an aperture through which the light comes out. So in that way, every one of us is actually a pinhole through which the fundamental light, that is the existence itself, looks out. Only the game we're playing is not to know this. To be only that little hole, which we call me, my ego, my specific John Jones, or whatever. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks up. If we can maintain at the same time the sense of being this specific John Jones with his role in life or whatever, and know also underneath this that we are whole works, you get a very marvelous and agreeable arrangement. A most remarkable harmoniousness. I mean, it gives one's life a great sense of joy and exuberance if you can carry on these two things at once. If you, in other words, you know that all the serious predicaments of life are a game. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks up. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks up. Every one of us
to stop the laziness. They want to know how to stop the procrastination. They have some idea in their head, some kind of a vision of what they want to do, but they don't know where to start. And so they say, hey, where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that. Here and now.
Akira.
That's it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? Where do you start? You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now. Right now. Right now. You initiate the action aggressively. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? The idea isn't going to execute its and the book isn't going to write itself, and the weights out in the gym, they're not going to move themselves. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. And that means you got to stop thinking about it and stop dreaming about it and stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Just start doing it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application?
Yeah! What's cracking, baby? Anthems! You were gonna get so many anthems! But apparently the internet's... something's wrong again, I don't know what. So we're gonna have to cut short the broadcast again.
You want to improve?
That is a great tragedy.
You want to get better? You want to improve?
But I guess the good is that we have lots of other streams you can go listen to right now.
First step. And make it.
Hurrah!
Hurrah! Get after it. And get after it here and now.